One wrong move nearly ended their lives. These 25 action heroes endured shattered bones, faulty rigs, and even live explosions. And the craziest part, many scenes were never even used. Wait till you hear what happened to the legend at number 4.
Let's start with number 25. Did one punch nearly kill Sylvester Stallone?
Well, he hit me so hard in the chest that the next thing I know, I was on a low-altitude flight to intensive care at St. John's Hospital, surrounded by 4 nuns.
In 1985, during Rocky IV, Dolph Lundgren punched Stallone so hard it caused heart swelling. Stallone collapsed hours later and spent 8 days in intensive care at St. John's Hospital, Santa Monica. Doctors said it mimicked a car crash injury. The punch made it into the final cut. Stallone later said, "That's the closest I came to dying on a movie set." Almost no one who watches these is actually subscribed, and stories like this take days to verify. If this hit different, subscribing is how you help me keep digging. Now at number 24, Bruce Willis lost part of his hearing on Die Hard.
Thanks for the advice.
While filming Die Hard in 1988, a blank round fired near Bruce Willis's ear caused permanent hearing loss in his left ear. The explosion happened during the iconic under-table shootout scene. The blast was louder than expected. He's since reported constant ringing. "I hear it every day," he told GQ. That one take helped launch his action career at the cost of his hearing. But the next guy drove straight into the sea, with no stunt team in sight. At number 23, Jason Statham drove into the sea on a film set.
The truck hits the water just slams me back, and we just like sinking fast, straight to the bottom. So like 60 feet at the bottom of the Black Sea.
In August 2013, while filming The Expendables 3 in Varna, Bulgaria, Jason Statham's truck brakes failed during a stunt. The 3-ton vehicle plunged off the dock into the Black Sea. Statham, a former Olympic level diver, escaped underwater through the window. No safety divers were nearby. The crew watched helplessly. He resurfaced unscathed. "That could have been it," one co-star said after the terrifying incident. Coming in at number 22, Jackie Chan nearly died filming Armor of God.
The tree banged to another castle, then I run away. The tree just break it. I just straight fall down, like 25 feet.
During filming in Yugoslavia in May 1986, Jackie Chan attempted a tree-to-rooftop jump. The branch snapped. He fell over 15 feet, hitting his head on a rock. A bone fragment entered his brain. Emergency surgery saved him. He now has a permanent hole in his skull sealed with plastic. The fall is visible in the film. Chan later said, "That's the closest I've ever been to death." That's not even the worst head injury on this list. Wait till you hear what happened at number 15. Here's number 21. Uma Thurman's crash footage was hidden for 15 years. In 2002, during Kill Bill Volume 1, filming in Mexico, Uma Thurman crashed a Carmen Ghia into a palm tree. She'd begged Tarantino not to drive. It was unsafe. The impact caused neck and knee damage. Miramax hid the footage until 2018. Thurman later shared it, calling the cover-up part of Hollywood's power abuse. Her limp lasted for years. The actual crash scene appears briefly in behind-the-scenes reels. Hidden footage is one thing, but the next actor's injury actually made the final cut. Now for number 20. Tom Cruise broke his ankle and finished the scene.
You must be nearly finished.
It's because I broke my ankle. We had to shut down. But we're about 6 weeks away.
The ankle.
On August 13th, 2017, while filming Mission Impossible. Fallout in London, Tom Cruise leaped between buildings. He landed wrong. His right ankle snapped on camera. He pulled himself up and limped away, finishing the take. Production paused for 6 weeks. The exact shot was kept in the movie. That's the real injury, Cruise said later. At age 55, he still insisted on doing every stunt himself. At number 19, Brandon Lee was killed by a prop gun on set. On March 31, 1993, while filming The Crow in Wilmington, North Carolina, Brandon Lee was shot during a scene using a .44 caliber revolver. A dummy bullet had lodged in the barrel. The blank discharged it into his abdomen. He died after 6 hours of surgery. The scene was never released. His death changed Hollywood gun safety forever. He was 28 and just weeks from his wedding. Here's number 18. Arnold Schwarzenegger was burned, shooting a fire scene. In early 1999, during End of Days production in Los Angeles, Arnold Schwarzenegger was caught in a mistimed fire stunt. An explosion ignited too close, burning his jacket and singeing his eyebrows. Fire retardant gel wore off faster than expected. He suffered minor burns, but returned to set hours later. At age 51, he did 90% of his own stunts for the film. Insurance nearly dropped the production afterward. Next at number 17, Michelle Yeoh fell from a train and got back up.
I don't know how to stop. I just learned when I got past point and there was nowhere else to go to jump off the bike, and that was what I did all the time.
In 1992, while filming Police Story 3, Super Cop in Malaysia, Michelle Yeoh attempted a high-speed motorcycle-to-train jump. She slipped on landing, crashed backward, and struck her head on metal. Stunt crew rushed in. She refused hospitalization, returned the next day. Jackie Chan called it the most fearless moment I've ever seen. That exact fall was kept in the film's final cut, raw, unscripted, and unforgettable. At number 16, a 30-foot fall sent Joe Watts into a coma. On July 22, 2019, Fast and Furious 9, stuntman Joe Watts fell 30 feet at Leavesden Studios in the UK. A safety cable snapped during a rooftop fight scene. He landed head-first on concrete. Watts suffered a fractured skull, was placed in a medically induced coma, and spent months recovering. Universal suspended production for 2 days. The fall triggered major investigations into stunt safety regulations in Hollywood. Let's go to number 15, Ed Harris. Nearly drowned in a 40-foot deep tank.
There's water rushing up in my nostrils. I did this sign, out of air, unhook myself, get over to the wall.
In 1988, while filming The Abyss at a repurposed nuclear plant in South Carolina, Ed Harris nearly drowned. He ran out of oxygen inside a 40-foot underwater tank designed for deep-sea shots. His distress signal failed. When he surfaced, he blacked out. Director James Cameron kept rolling. Harris later refused to promote the film, calling it the most traumatic experience of his acting life. The tank still exists today. Coming in at number 14, Christian Bale's body was failing. During
a good job on this, and that's it. And that I get my satisfaction from working on it right here, right now.
The Machinist in 2003, for The Machinist, Christian Bale dropped from 180 to 120 pounds on a diet of coffee, 1 apple, and a can of tuna daily. He suffered blurred vision, insomnia, and herniated disc pain. Crew described his spine as a shadow. He later gained 100 pounds in 6 months to play Batman. Doctors warned he risked permanent heart damage. Bale has since said he'd never attempt that again. He risked organ failure for a role, but the next actor nearly died from a real infection. Off script. Now at number 13, Tom Hanks nearly died. From a coral cut in Fiji.
You don't have to worry about anything. I'll do all the paddling. You just hang on.
While filming Castaway in late 1999 on Monteriki Island, Fiji, Tom Hanks scraped his leg on coral. Days later, the wound swelled. He was flown to Los Angeles, diagnosed with a severe staph infection. Doctors said it was hours from turning systemic. Production halted for 3 weeks. Hanks called it the closest I've come to dying. The scene was never in the script. Real infection became real-life survival. Dropping in at number 12, Sean Connery was sliced. During a sword duel in 1982, while filming Never Say Never Again at Elstree Studios, Sean Connery rehearsed a sword fight scene that turned dangerous. A prop malfunctioned, and the blade slashed across his neck. The cut required medical attention but wasn't publicly reported until later. Connery finished filming the same day. Producers quietly rewrote later action scenes. It was one of the last times he agreed to do physical combat on screen. Sword injuries are rare, but what if your spine started leaking on set? Moving to number 11, George Clooney's spine leaked fluid after a stunt fall.
All the spinal fluid goes out and your brain sinks in your head and it's attached to all these nerve endings and it's really unbearably painful.
In 2004, while filming Syriana in Morocco, George Clooney fell during a torture scene. He hit his head and tore his dura mater, the membrane holding spinal fluid. The leak caused seizures, memory loss, and suicidal thoughts. He needed 2 surgeries at Cedars-Sinai Hospital. Clooney later said, "I thought I was going to die." The incident changed his outlook and almost ended his career just before award season began. And at number 10, Charlize Theron fractured her neck on Aeon Flux set. In 2004, Charlize Theron was rehearsing a wire stunt for Aeon Flux in Berlin. She landed awkwardly and herniated a disc in her cervical spine. Production shut down for 8 weeks. Doctors warned she risked paralysis. She wore a neck brace in secret during press interviews. Theron insisted on returning to complete her stunts. The fall is not in the movie, but it permanently altered her approach to action roles. She hid a neck brace for weeks, but the next star bled through an entire scene without flinching. Up next at number 9, Leonardo DiCaprio bled through a scene and kept going.
Hey! Lay your palm flat on that tabletop!
On November 4th, 2011, while filming Django Unchained in Louisiana, Leonardo DiCaprio slammed his hand onto a glass table. It shattered. Real blood poured as he stayed in character, finishing the take. He later smeared the blood on Kerry Washington's face, unscripted. The scene made the final cut. He needed stitches afterward. Tarantino called it one of the most intense moments he's ever captured without planning for it. Here's number 8. Halle Berry was choked unconscious.
What Daddy told me. The hardest part about being a cop was...
While cameras rolled in 2012, during a fight scene on the call set in Los Angeles, Halle Berry's co-star accidentally locked her neck too tightly. She passed out before anyone realized it wasn't acting. Filming stopped. She was rushed to Cedars-Sinai Hospital and released the same night. Berry returned the next day. The scene wasn't reused. This marked her 3rd on-set injury in 10 years, including a concussion and broken arm previously. Climbing to number 7, Daniel Day-Lewis collapsed, filming in freezing cold.
And may the Christian Lord guide my hand against your Roman popery!
In 2001, while filming Gangs of New York in Rome, Daniel Day-Lewis refused to wear modern coats, citing character accuracy. He caught severe pneumonia. Crew found him passed out between takes. Doctors warned it could cause heart inflammation. He refused antibiotics. Scorsese halted production for 2 days. Day-Lewis later said he'd lost track of reality. This commitment earned him an Oscar nomination and nearly cost his life. At number 6, Jeremy Renner was crushed by his own snowplow.
I'm thinking, like, what's my body look like? Am I just going to be like a spine and a brain, like a science experiment?
On January 1st, 2023, Jeremy Renner was helping a family member near Reno, Nevada. His 14,330-pound snowplow rolled over him. He suffered over 30 broken bones, lung collapse, and liver damage. He was airlifted and hospitalized for 2 weeks. Doctors feared he wouldn't walk again. He posted recovery updates from a wheelchair. "I chose to survive," he said. His accident paused all acting work until mid-2024. Think that was brutal? The next guy broke bones, chipped teeth, and still refused a stunt double. Here's number 5. Viggo Mortensen broke multiple bones, filming Lord of the Rings.
You could see them shaking with anticipation, and I looked over at Pete, and then I looked over at the stunt coordinator, who was just going like that.
Between 1999 and 2002, Viggo Mortensen filmed the Lord of the Rings trilogy in New Zealand. He broke 2 toes kicking a helmet during the Two Towers, chipped a tooth in a sword fight, and nearly drowned in a rapid while wearing armor. He refused to stunt double. Peter Jackson kept all injuries in the final cuts. Mortensen later said, "That role demanded more from me than any war." Now at number 4, Tom Hardy nearly passed out in a Spitfire cockpit.
About Dunkirk and asked me if I would like to play a Spitfire pilot.
In 2016, filming Dunkirk, Tom Hardy shot scenes inside a real World War II Spitfire over the English Channel. There was no air conditioning. During one take, his oxygen mask slipped, causing dizziness and black spots in his vision. Crew grounded the plane immediately. Director Christopher Nolan later confirmed Hardy endured multiple takes in cramped, 100-degree conditions. His final dogfight scene is mostly real, captured mid-flight in dangerous airspace. Reaching number 3. Isla Fisher was trapped underwater for over 2 minutes. In 2012, during Now You See Me filming in New Orleans, Isla Fisher performed a water tank escape. Her release chain jammed. Crew thought her struggle was acting. She was underwater for over 2 minutes before a safety diver intervened. She recovered on set. Fisher later said, "I couldn't yell for help." The footage used was from the real incident, her panic visible in the final movie scene. At number 2, Tom Sizemore collapsed from exhaustion on Saving Private Ryan. In 1997, during a D-Day beach shoot for Saving Private Ryan, Tom Sizemore collapsed from dehydration and exhaustion. Filmed in Curracloe Beach, Ireland, scenes required actors to run for hours in full gear. Spielberg halted filming, citing safety. Sizemore later revealed in his memoir he was vomiting between takes. "My body gave out," he said. He still completed all scenes. The film won 5 Oscars, including Best Director. Finally, at number 1, stuntman Joe Knut's crash became Hollywood's most dangerous shot. In 1958, during Ben-Hur's chariot race scene at Cinecittà Studios in Rome, stuntman Joe Knut, son of Yakima Knut, hit a ramp too fast. He was launched 20 feet in the air, landed on the chariot rail, and barely survived. He finished the scene injured. Director William Wyler kept the shot. Charlton Heston later said, "It was so real I thought he'd been killed on impact." Most viewers won't finish videos like this, but you did, and that says something. Your next move? Hit the next one, because legends don't just survive, they keep going.